Hello, friends. Welcome back to Soul GPS Tarot. Today's pick a card reading on the topic of what is next in your career has three groups to choose from. Group number one is using the Cat Tarot and the Oracle card Clairsentience. Group number two is using the Tarot of Mystical Moments and the Oracle card Abundance. And group number three is using the Celtic Tarot and the Oracle card Homeward. So go ahead and take a moment to get a feel for which of these groups is calling to you most strongly. And then go to the description and click on the timestamp there that corresponds to your group. And I'll see you there. If more than one group resonates for you, then please feel free to watch more than one. I'll see you there. Hi, group number one. Welcome to your reading. If you selected the Cat Tarot and the Oracle card Clairsentience, then you're in the right place. So let's begin by reading your Oracle card. Clairsentience. Increased clairsentience makes you more sensitive towards the feelings of others. Sometimes this can be very useful and healing and help guide you through the spectrum of feelings and emotions of those around you. It can also help you navigate your own path. Your affirmation is, my clairsentience is becoming stronger. Great. We're going to put that, I'm going to tuck it kind of right under here because I want room for all the tarot cards. I'm going to shuffle your tarot cards and let 6 of these cards choose themselves. And then I'm going to pull a few more oracle cards for a full picture of what is next in your career. So they've been very well shuffled, but we'll give them one more shuffle. I got to turn Butterfly around so he's on top. There you go. One more good shuffle here on camera. Okay. More. Make sure the whole deck gets a good shuffle. And then, per usual, we split the deck and we begin shuffling with the intention of allowing the cards to begin to come out. We'd like 6 of them, please. What is next for group 1 in their career? What's next for group 1 in terms of their career? Let me feel this one. Two. Three. What's next for group 1's career? It's 4. 5. And 6. Okay. Alrighty, let's take your tarot cards, group number 1, and we'll lay them right there while we get some oracle cards. So, again, decks have been very well shuffled. Just like to take a couple or 3 of these little guide deck tarot cards. Once again, these are from Angel over at Nordic Light, the Nordic Light Tarot, or nordicl.com. And I believe she ships them for free worldwide. I mean, you have to pay for the deck, but shipping is free worldwide. Okay, wait a minute. Yes, you can come out, and this one. And I think we'll go for one more. There we go. And I'd like to take one of the pocket animal spirit cards. And that one is ready to jump. Firefly, okay. At the very end, I will take a fortune cookie oracle card for you to wrap up your reading as usual. So let's begin with your oracle cards. We have comfort. We have confidence. And transition. Wow, interesting. Now I'm going to read to you about Firefly. Excuse me. Let's see. Firefly, where are you? Just a moment. There we go. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, it writes, creates, and brainstorms. When out of balance, it feels burnt out and it feels dull. To bring into balance, write a poem or draw. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to see how all this goes together to tell us the direction of your career. Card number 1, King of Cups, lovely. Card number 2, the World. Wow, seems like some good things are on the horizon here. Group number 1. We have group number 3. We have the the 9 of Swords. I always want to say 4 of Swords with that one for some reason. Card 4 is the Queen of Swords. Right under the King of Cups. Interesting. The Lovers right under the World. Wow. And we have got the 3 of Cups. Okay. Well, let's kind of get into this. So the fact, excuse me, I'm gonna clear my throat and come back. Sorry about that. Group number 1. I was going to keep on coughing if I didn't take care of that. Okay. So the fact that we have clairsentience and it's talking about your picking up on the feelings of others with confidence right next to it. And interesting that you've got these 3 words starting with C: comfort, confidence, clairsentience. And then you have firefly and butterfly transition energy right next to each other. Sorry, see, didn't matter. Firefly, yes, really about inspiration and catching that inspiration. And I think tuning into your clairsentience, that it's not just about feeling the feelings of others, it's about catching messages from spirit via your feelings, if that makes sense. And so, spirit maybe has a message for you and wants you to wants you to grab hold of it. If you don't grab hold of it, quite frankly, it'll move to the next person who can hear it, feel it, whatever it is. There's an idea that wants to come into being. It's going to involve some kind of transition for you, because we have the World card here and we have the Lovers card, which actually, in this context, I think refers to a choice. The 3 of Cups really talks about this circle of friendship and support. So it seems to me like you may have a close friend or friends who might be a part of this somehow. People you might share it with who might support you on the way. the the King of Cups is this very supportive and tolerant and empathetic leader. And the fact that we have comfort up here leads me to believe, and sorry, let me do Queen of Swords first. Um, this is a person, uh, often a woman, or at least a feminine energy of clarity, of self sufficiency, and complete honesty. So taken in total, and I think you know, well, I'm going to talk about confidence, comfort, and clairsentience in a second. Again, in another way. The what I'm getting intuitively here is that you have a spark of an idea. It's been at the edges of your mind, and it may have to do with providing comfort and bringing confidence to others. And the idea of you pursuing this idea, sorry, the idea of you pursuing an idea, brings you to the world, which is the completion of a goal, um, absolute completion. And so there's just something that your soul wants for you to take advantage of. There may be a masculine energy in your life, or it could be you, who is able to kind of hold the line as a support and provide a foundation that you can feel confident building from. The only tricky card, as it were, in this entire spread is this Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords has the energy of anxiety, waking up from a nightmare into a nightmare, not being able to escape the anxiety. So, but it can also be about running away from maybe this idea, uh, in order to find safety. But there's something really rich here. It is going to involve a transition for you, and that's going to be a positive thing. But the thing about transition is that it's never comfortable right at the beginning. But it seems to me that you have a lot of support in this. So identify who your supports are. Identify the parts of yourself that are able to be present and supportive. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. 1 second. Alrighty. Hope I don't have to do that too many more times. And so I wanted to bring it back to this comfort, confidence, and clairsentience. If you've watched any of my readings before, you've heard me talk about um, our internal family system, IFS, our system of parts that kind of make up our psyche and run our lives, basically. Um, and at the core of everything, you may or may not have ever encountered it, but at the core is the energy which is connected to the oneness, the divine, the universe, or God, you can say. And it has several qualities that you can identify it by, and they all start with the letter C. Calm, confidence, curiosity, comfort. Well, we're going to add clairsentience because certainly that is a feature. And you can think about this. It's called the self energy in the therapeutic modality of internal family systems. But I also think of it in the sense of the higher self. These are the qualities of your higher self. And it sets up this safe space from which you can respond to um, promptings from spirit. You can respond to moments of inspiration, and from which you can feel safe in making a transition. Um, yeah, I'm feeling that there's something that you could do which would bring comfort and confidence to people around you. And whether you do that as a part of the role that you're currently in your job, whether you transition to a slightly different role or add this service to your suite of services, or whether you strike out on a completely new thing, um, career-wise, this is telling me that there's a new thing on the horizon that you have support for. Support King of Cups, support obviously in the world, support in the Queen of Swords, support in the Three of Cups, and the support of your higher self, and the support of the universe. I mean, very, very supported. So you can both let go of any anxiety around it yourself and also understand that what you're thinking of will bring comfort to others who are experiencing this anxiety and the inability to get out of it. You've got something special. The Lovers really stands for making a choice, and potentially here even a commitment. It can be about partnership. Um, and it can also be about the strength of two things or beings or people together. And so that's where I'm getting that you may be, it may be that you can fold this new idea into the work that you're already doing. You can augment your work, get other people who, feel drawn to it as well. Um, if you are in a job where you have any kind of management or leadership that oversees your position, I would put together a proposal and bring it to them. Be very clear. Be very clear about how it will benefit other people, how it will benefit the organization. And if it's your own thing and it's not to do with another organization, even so, write the proposal out for yourself. What is the goal? Whom do you want to serve? Who are your likely allies in terms of building a team to bring this to fruition? Whose support do you need? And so forth. But the promise of the world is here. And this firefly is saying the timing is right now because you're being gifted the clairsentience, and the support of your higher self and the universe, and it's giving you this spark of an idea, and it's time to go for it. So group number one, let me pull a fortune cookie oracle card for you just to tie up the reading. See if we have one final message about what's next in your career. Okay. And we have change. These things have been so right on the money lately. So sometimes the details aren't as applicable as the titles, but let's see. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You're restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. Well, there you go. So, yeah, there's a change in your career, whether you stay with where you are, but something's needing to change, and now is the moment. You have free will. You can choose not to create a change for yourself. But when you do that, change comes from another direction, and it may not be the change you want. So much better to respond to the inspiration that's being given to you by the divine, by the universe, and grab hold of it, because that is an opportunity. That's a wonderful opportunity. And again, the world is being promised to you, which is just beautiful. So, group number one, I want to thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my very next reading. And if you would take a second and just click the like button, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, that would be really great. And I will see you very soon. And until then, take care. Bye. Hi, group number two. Welcome to your reading. If you selected the Tarot of Mystical Moments and the Abundance Oracle card, then this is your reading. So let's begin by reading the Abundance Oracle card. Good things will be coming your way, allowing you to see the beauty that surrounds you. Enjoy every moment as you are fulfilled by the smallest gifts of nature. You already have abundance. Maybe you need to shift your view to see it. Treasure this and keep it close to your heart. And your affirmation is, I have abundance and joy. Excuse me. Okay, I love that card. I love the colors and the artwork. It's really lovely. Okay, group number two. I've shuffled the cards very, very well, but I'm going to give them one more shuffle on camera for you, and then we'll go ahead and allow 6 cards to present themselves. And then after those, we will select some oracle cards as well and begin your reading in earnest. The question being, what is next in Group Two's career? What is next in Group Two's career? Okay, that's well shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. Before I do pull them, give me 1 second. I need to clear my throat. Okie doke. Okay, group number two, let's go ahead and allow your cards to present themselves. What is next in Group Two's career? Okay, 1. Cards are being a little sticky today. Here's 2. I'm going to say 3. That one. 4. Okay, that's better. And 2 more, please. What is next in Group Two's career? 5 and 6. Okay. Right. Group 2. I'm going to put my sleeves up because they're getting in the way. We're going to go ahead and set your tarot cards right here while I get you some oracle cards. So we're going to begin with the little guide deck. Once again, well shuffled. We'll give it one more quick one. I want to take, I think, 3 of these. Okay, that's going to be 1. All right, settle down. Okay. That feels like 2. I see you, but I don't feel you. What is next in Group Two's career, please? Okay. 3. And finally, I would like to take a card from the Pocket Animal Spirit deck. Okay. At the very end, group number 2, I will take a fortune cookie oracle to wrap everything up per usual. Okay, so let's do the oracle cards first. That one came out in group number 1 as well. Confidence. Change. transformation, whale. Hmm, interesting. And whale. All right. Well, let us take a look at the meaning of whale. I think whale is quite a positive card, actually. Let us find it. First, we got to find water. One second. There it is. The desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, the whale is calm, steady, and deeply compassionate. When out of balance, it is heavy and slips into its old story. To bring into balance regular self care. This is very interesting. Let me see how this shapes up with your tarot cards. So, may need to make a little space. I think we're going to put those two together there so that we have room. So, if you, I'm sure you can't see them entirely, but here, I'll put them right there. All righty. So, no, this way. Okay, we have Eight of Swords. We have the Death card. Wow, this is all about change. By the way, in case you're not familiar with tarot, the Death card is not a bad card. You can see she's filled with flowers, and we'll talk about it. Card number 3, you have the Six of Wands. Card number 4, the Queen of Pentacles. Number 5, the Ace of Swords. And number 6, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Group number 2. All right. This is interesting. You've got some very, very powerful cards around abundance and spiritual mastery, around obviously change, transformation. 1, 2, 3 change and transformation cards. Abundance corresponds to the Queen of Pentacles, certainly, and to a degree, the Knight of Pentacles as well. The Eight of Swords it's really about your perception that you are limited, your perception that you are trapped. It's like you're missing the fact of abundance that belongs to you. So I need to kind of get a feel for this whole thing. The Six of Wands is about, it's about success. So it's what's interesting to me is that it goes from this at the beginning, this kind of trapped feeling, and the death feeling. Really, it's kind of like uh, what is old or feels like it's trapping you is falling away. Change is happening. Transformation is happening, but it's happening in such a wonderful way. It's actually bringing you to this very deep, compassionate spiritual wisdom and a sense of complete abundance, uh, a sense of enhanced confidence for you, a feeling of directing your own destiny and being absolutely celebrated, recognized. This is all about good news and, um, yeah, kind of directing your life through your own passions. The Queen of Pentacles is this absolute beacon of fertility and um, bounty and resourcefulness. And it speaks to a very peaceful and happy home as well. The Ace of Swords is I think in this case, it's about a new idea. It's coming with this change and transformation card. It's coming as a result of understanding that you are not trapped here. This little angel thinks that he's trapped, but the lid of this little cage is open. If he can just kind of gently pull his wings in and fold them up, he can just stand up and go. But these little rivulets of water are um, representative of his tears. And it's in the tearfulness and sadness over what has ended um, that he's become overwhelmed by his sad feelings. But as soon as he's able to understand that he's not really trapped, he will be able to go through the necessary transformation, stand up and step out, and begin to drive his life based on beauty and passion and enjoyment. Yeah, excitement. And what you are aiming for is this deep sense of abundance and a new kind of access to your own innovative ideas. You are on your way to planting this field of crops that you can watch grow into this garden around the Queen of Pentacles, grow into this immense abundance. What you're tapping into is this whale energy. This, you need the deep compassion needs to come first to yourself. It's natural to mourn what is no longer here, but you are not only your feelings, your emotions. You are this whale spirit. You are this magnificent, majestic, beautiful, abundant spirit. And you can stand up from the grief eventually and move into a period of wonderful enjoyment and prosperity and the following of ideas and the building of a happy, comfortable, abundant home. And with this energy of transformation and change and this whale energy and the understanding that the abundance is already your birthright, it's already here for you. It's just a matter of where you are. You need to finish your process. You don't have to hurry up, but just know that this process of grieving is not the end and you're not trapped. It's just a process. So the Knight of Pentacles also refers to patience. And I think that the process of grieving what we've let go of or lost, it can feel like we're at a standstill. But in this case, you being in that process is planting the crops that are going to yield abundantly for you. So it's okay to just go with it. But if you can hear this message and understand that on the other side of your grief is joy again, new abundance, new access to deep spiritual peace and exciting new ideas. If you can't feel them yet, I just want you to know that they're on their way. And that however this is playing into your career, you'll know. It's probably a little bit different for each of you. Wherever the disappointment or sadness came from, whether it had to do with your career or not, it it does end up affecting your career. And so also the transformation and move into abundant energy will also positively impact your career trajectory, as it will positively impact every aspect of your life. So, group number 2, really good things are coming. Good things are coming, and you can get a break once in a while from the feelings that are heavy by just taking a deep breath and imagining your consciousness shooting way up into the air and popping up through the clouds and then floating there above the clouds, and understanding that the weather system that is coming from the clouds and raining down onto the earth, that represents your emotions. And you can take a break by popping up above them and just acknowledging that there they are. That's the storm of my emotions, but I am not the storm. I'm well. I'm safe. And once you feel refreshed, you can come back down and you may find that the rain has slowed to some degree and you're moving forward. Okay, group number 2. I'm sending you a big hug. We all have to go through this stuff and it's never a fun time, but I feel confident that you are coming out of it with something deeper and better and infinitely abundant. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a fortune cookie oracle card for you to wrap up your reading. What is the final message regarding group number 2's future career? Reinvent yourself. Wow. Okay. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. Group number 2, you can't make it up. Cannot make it up. Good things are coming to you. And patience and self-care, okay, leads to abundance and peace. Group number 2, thank you so much for being here. If you would take a second and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, leave me a comment if this was resonant for you in some way. And I hope to see you in my very next reading. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi, group number 3. If you chose the Celtic Tarot and the Homeward Oracle card, then this is your reading. So let's begin by reading the Homeward card. A return home to your inner self is needed after a time of action. Take time for introspection, meditation, and reflection. Peace and happiness come from within, and every day will bring healing and comfort. And your affirmation is, I am happy being myself. We're going to put your card right here. Okay, group number 1. The question today is what is next in, group number 3. What is next in group number 3's career? The cards have been very well shuffled, but we'll do one more shuffle on camera. And then We'll go through the cards again and allow them to present themselves. We'll do 6 tarot cards. And I will also be selecting a few oracle cards for the reading. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the deck. And for group number 3, what is next in their career, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yep, 5. And 6. Okay. Group number 3, we're going to put your tarot cards right here while I get your oracle cards. I'm going to take 3 cards from the little guide deck. Let me shuffle them a little bit more. In there. Okay. For group number 3, what is next in their career, please? 1, 2, and 3. And I'd like to do 1 from the Pocket Animal Spirit deck, guide deck, I should say. Quick shuffle. These cards actually are super nice to shuffle. They slide around quite easily. So we just want 1 of these. Split the deck. What is next in group 3's career, please, Spirit? What is next for group 3 in their career? Cosmic Egg. All right. That one really wanted to jump out. At the very end of your reading, group number 3, I will pull a fortune cookie oracle card for you, per usual. So let's put Cosmic Egg right here, and we'll read about that in just a second. And let's take your other oracle cards. So we have Strength, Cleanse, and Vision. Let me make sure you can see everybody. Yeah, good. Okay. Interesting. So let's read about Cosmic Egg. If that's up front here, maybe, or maybe it's at the back. Spirit, I think it's under Spirit. Yep, Cosmic Egg. This stands for completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never, quote, get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy remains its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Okay, that's really something. Wow. Oh, yes, I'm starting to get a lot of intuitive understanding going here. But we'll talk about it. Let's pull the tarot cards. Group number 3. We begin with the 9 of Pentacles. That's lovely. We have the Page of Cups, the Moon, we have Temperance, the Knight of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Okay. This is nice and aligned. I like this very much. Um, yeah. So, Cosmic Egg, Cosmic Egg, Homeward, and Vision are all giving me um, a huge spiritual awakening. Um, I want to look at Strength and Cleanse in the guidebook that goes with the little guide deck, because I'm going to see if there are any clues in the words that she put to them. Let's see. Cleanse. This card shows that there is some imbalance in your energy. You would benefit from a cleanse or detox. This could be physically, mentally, emotionally, or energetically. Check your energy to see what is needed and act accordingly. And then the Strength card. This card urges you to be strong and resilient. There's a high potential for a successful outcome, and you are the one who can make it happen. Be determined, stand your ground, and face whatever is on your path. You can do it. And I'm going to look up Vision as well. Vision. This is a very strong psychic and spiritual card. It shows higher perspective, a connection to the spiritual realms, and the importance of seeing things the way they really are. If blocked, you will experience confusion. If balanced, you will experience clarity and the power of manifestation. Okay, so yeah, there's some big spiritual stuff happening for you, and I think it can't help but affect your career path. And it's happening for a lot of people. There seems to be a kind of a breaking down of the normal or the historically normal, um, you know, ever since, let's say, the Industrial Revolution, the way of working. And I think a lot of folks are feeling, um, left behind or let down by the system as it stands, because we come into this world with all of this beautiful spiritual strength and connectedness. And over time in the world, and particularly in this system of, sort of makes us sometimes like cogs in the machine, producing for someone else. And it can feel meaningless, and it can feel as though it's soulless. And you are being called very strongly by your own higher self. You're being called homeward in the sense of merging as much as possible in this dimension with your higher self, of bringing your higher self into your everyday life and into your interactions with others and into your work in the world. So let's kind of go through the tarot cards. The Nine of Pentacles is a card. It's a card of abundance and luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain, um, taking pleasure uh, in yourself, actually. Um, so we'll set that aside for a minute. We'll come over to the Page of Cups, which is um, really, a lot of times it says new love, um, which I can see if we're talking about you connecting with your higher self. Um, as it's not particularly a relationship reading, I will say, of course, there could be new love on the horizon, but this really feels like a call home to your soul. The the moon card is it's really telling you to trust your intuition. It can talk about hidden problems, um, and it may be, in the context of work, you need to take a look at what is making you feel separated from oneness, separated from your spiritual awakening when you go to your work, when you do your work. What is not aligned for you? Temperance is calling for balance and harmony. It's calling for patience, moderation, self-control. She's balancing water and fire. She has a flame here in her hand. She's standing on the earth. Her hair's being blown by the wind. So she's got all four elements working there, and it's really about being perfectly balanced between all four. And perhaps if your spirit is calling so um, clearly to you to come home, and by home I mean come home to yourself, then I think you need to look at your work life. And you know how we say work life balance? I think you need to shift that to life work balance. You need to take some time for yourself and tune in to your soul, to your spirit, to your higher self. The Knight of Cups is, well, it's a total romance card, so it's so interesting. It's, new love and romance. We've got the Nine of Pentacles coming as a result of this balance. And the Moon card having the Hanged Man as its clarifier, I would say this is the advice, which is if there are unseen issues, you may need to turn the way you're looking at it upside down. You may have been looking at your work life from simply a practical standpoint. And I think the Hanged Man is asking you to flip that on its head. And he has chosen to take a time out to get a new perspective on things. And he's holding his light. So I think this is saying when you go home for the weekend or at the end of the day, find some time to devote to your inner life, to your inner self, to your spirit, to your higher self. Go within, find your light, and find out what that light is longing for. That going within gives you higher vision. That going within does cleanse and detoxify your energy field. you will grow in strength. Now, this can happen just by yourself. You can do a guided meditation online. You can go to a hypnotherapist. P.S. I'm a hypnotherapist. uh, you can go and see a licensed therapist. You can talk to a spiritual mentor. Um, you can do yoga, meditation, any number of things to help you to go deeper than the surface level of your everyday functioning brain. You need to go deeper inside and allow the mysteries to reveal themselves. Because if you don't spend a lot of time going within in that way, they don't have an opportunity to reveal themselves. So, a practice of meditation um, or self hypnosis or hypnosis, therapy, etc., is going to allow the imbalances and the things that need to be revealed. It's going to allow them to come out in a way that you can see them in a new way. And I feel like that opens the door to this beautiful blossoming of self love, which brings you into balanced and aligned work in the world. It's funny, I'm going right to left, which makes me think of the reading, the in Hebrew, they go from right to left instead of left to right. And that makes me think about the tarot cards correspondences to the Tree of Life, which is a kind of a feature of the Hermetic Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot there. But anyway, I'm seeing this progressing from right to left. And so that to me is really speaking to this how we get there is this shift in perspective. And how you get the shift in perspective is to take on a new practice that you don't already do, because it's going to bring you toward an awareness of this um, incredible spirit that is within you, that is connected to the divine, which brings you home. It brings you home to yourself. And when you are at home in yourself, you have clear vision, you are clean and clear and strong, and your work will simply be aligned. It will be aligned spiritually. There's a reason you're here. And it, frankly, is not to be a cog in a machine or to make a limited amount of money that most of which goes into someone else's pocket. You are a gifted soul who came here on this adventure to fully become yourself, to remember who you are, even though when we come into this dimension, a feature of it is that we forget. At this time, you're being called to remember. So go within. Okay. If you're curious about hypnotherapy, you can go to divinesoulgps.com. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and there are others of us, but I specialize in this kind of spiritual homecoming, actually, and alignment. And I would love to meet you. You can even book a 15-minute free consultation if you just want to meet me and see what it's all about, see if it feels like it's something for you. Okay, group number 3, we're just going to pull a fortune cookie oracle card to wrap up your reading. What is next in group number three's career, please? Thank you. Intuition. What'd I say? Yep. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. Yeah, group number three, it's time to tap into the intuition, time to raise the vision, time to come home to yourself, because what is waiting is this amazing spiritual awakening that will bring you this sense of complete abundance in your life in general and in your work life, in how you gift the world with your unique set of gifts that the universe gave you, that God gave you coming into the world. Group number three, thank you so much for being here. Would you take a second and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed? And also, I would love it if you left me a comment. And I hope to see you in my very next reading. Until then, group number three, take care. Bye.